Hello and welcome to this online program on sacred geometry. This program takes you through a journey of connecting you to a few of the most potent sacred geometry symbols ever known to mankind. It not just orients you to these symbols, it shows you what to do with them, how to use them, how to affect your own lives in a practical sense using these very important symbols. Let's just get down straight to what is sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is the study of symbols, a category of symbols that have a geometric basis. Now there are hundreds of symbols in the world from our ancient times. Now among these symbols, there are a category of symbols that have a certain geometric basis. There are two definitives to any sacred geometry symbol. We are going to talk quite in depth about what are these sacred geometry symbols, what is the basis of these symbols, how to use them, what are they used for, all that coming up in the next couple of lectures. But let's just get down to understanding very simplistically what do these symbols do and how do they affect us. Very quick. So sacred geometry has become very relevant to us in today's environment. This is because sacred geometry symbols have appeared in human history at crucial times when the collective human consciousness has risen from one level to a level of higher consciousness. Like for example, the last period when sacred geometry symbols became mainstream was during the Renaissance, when scientists, philosophers, biologists, architects started to study this symbol and started to use it extensively in their work. The era before that, when the symbols again came into the mainstream, was during the time of Pythagoras, during the time of Plato, during the time of Socrates. You must have heard of Platonic solids. Platonic solids are based on these sacred geometry symbols. In fact, if you look at the base elements in nature, right, you will find that the atomic structure of these 6 base elements comply with these sacred geometry symbols. The basis of them are these sacred geometry symbols which Plato figured out much earlier in the day. Anyway, so sacred geometry has come into mainstream consciousness at crucial times of human evolution of consciousness all through time. This is exactly what is happening today with us as the spiritual evolution or the conscious evolution is taking root in mainstream collective consciousness. Sacred geometry symbols have suddenly started to pop up everywhere. You might see it on t-shirts. You must have seen Flower of Life, Sri Yantra or the Markaba or different symbols appearing on people's t-shirs, in tattoos, in talismans, and in programs like this, right? This is for a certain reason, because right now human consciousness is evolving from one stage of consciousness to another. And hence sacred geometry symbols have become accessible to the mainstream society today. Now, what are these sacred geometry symbols? Sacred geometry symbols are nothing but simple access point, a bridge between the physical universe and the non-physical universe, right? So it is the link between the physical and the metaphysical, a bridge that connects the physical and the metaphysical. In another sense, sacred geometry symbols are yantras. Yantras are what they are called in the Indian context. Yantras are nothing but tools that you use to access the non-physical dimension, right? Yes. So tools that allow you access to certain portals, right, in the universe, or certain capabilities within, opening our DNA, allowing us to become a fully realized human being, right? These are like keys that you open that allows you access into doorways. You can look at them as doorways, portals, right? Cosmic portals, or you can look at them as doorways inside, opening up certain capabilities. Sacred geometry symbols also work on our subtle body or aura. Sacred geometry symbols also work at working with our pineal gland or the third eye, giving us access to the non-physical nature of existence, right? Sacred geometry symbols also help in manifesting what we have in our heart, in our mind, in our gut, our instinct, realizing those things, manifesting them, bringing them from the non-physical space of thought, imagination, to the physical three-dimensional reality. Now, these are tools, powerful tools that we can use to access our quest into a spiritual, more realized person. Actually, there are symbols for various purposes. There is a symbol for abundance, there's a symbol for higher consciousness, there's a symbol for working on our light body, there's a symbol for accessing dimensions beyond this dimension. So there are various symbols. In this program, I'm going to introduce you to 3 of the most powerful symbols ever known to mankind. It is not just going to be a touch and go of introduction, but also a deep dive into understanding, feeling, checking, connecting, and using it to unlock certain potentials within. So who am I? My name is Mehboob Sohel. I have been a corporate slave or a corporate soldier for most of my life. And my life has not been linked to anything to do with energy, mysticism, sacred geometry or the like. It has been a very practical life till 2012, when I accidentally encountered a very powerful sacred geometry symbol called the flower of life. Now, this encounter, accidental encounter with the flower of life, changed my life forever. Overnight, everything about me changed. My core beliefs had shifted. The way I perceive reality had shifted. My capabilities, my skills had evolved. Everything basically had turned itself on its head, had turned itself inside out for me in a very short span of time. There is a detailed video which I have put out in this program which explains my journey with this symbol. Ever since my encounter with this symbol in 2012, I have focused completely on experimenting, on living, on breathing these sacred geometry symbols, and I have done hundreds of workshops all over the world introducing people to sacred geometry symbols and how we can use these symbols to effect radical inner transformations. So I bring this program to you after years of experience in living and breathing with these symbols, and I have put it together in a very simplistic, non-confusing manner, in a very linear fashion. So all you have to do is go through these videos step by step. Some videos will give you an understanding of what they are, how they work, and some of them give you some practices on what you need to do to connect with them. Some videos are very deep meditations that take you deep into your subconscious and unconscious and help you connect with this symbol and open these potential possibilities within. Welcome you to this program, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure you will enjoy your journey into this mystical space in a very clear, concise, comprehensive manner. And I look forward to you continuing with this course. All the very best, and I will see you in my next video. Okay?